This year has been really poor for ice fishing for most species of fish around the state, but northern pike on tip-ups have been hitting. If you don't know what a tip-up is, here's what they are and how they work.
We gotta be close. Here comes the sinker.
Here.
Oh, ho! Oh, oh! Well, it looks like a big one to me.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Now, working its head through here.
Yeah.
Oh. Now we got its tail.
He'll back.
You're going up long way.
You're going about this all wrong, Fred.
Yes.
You're supposed to bring him up head first.
Head first.
Well, watch your line. You'll get back the reel.
Okay, here he comes. Here it comes. There we go. There we go. Oh, wow!
Years ago, Bernie Hines from Houghton Lake showed me how to catch splake from Higgins Lake on a tip-up that Bernie made himself, especially designed for trout fishing in deep water. Tip-ups are an old method of hook and line fishing for catching fish through the ice. There are many variations in tip-up technology, but most of them share one thing in common, a red or orange flag that pops up when a fish pulls the line. These 4 tip-ups are the traditional design with the reel under the water. Cross sticks keep the tip-up from falling through the hole in the ice. The reel sits underwater and it's triggered to a flag on a spring. When the reel turns, the trigger releases the spring and the flag pops up. That's how all 4 of these work. Now, somebody got an idea of putting a tip-up reel inside a plastic bucket above the water. You push a shaft in to cock it. When the reel turns, the flag pops out the side to tell you a fish has grabbed the bait. Now, the bait is usually a minnow or a dead smelt on tip-up fishing. The most common way of hooking it is behind the dorsal fin so the bait fish can swim, or if it's dead, it looks like it might be swimming. Most tip-up fishermen are trying to catch northern pike. Some go for walleyes, but pike are the mainstay of tip-up fishing. Now, this bucket tip-up is called a sit-up, and it's just one innovation. Here's a tip-up with a flag that's set by a magnet, so when the reel turns, the magnetic attraction is broken with very little resistance, and the flag springs up. This is called a Pro Iceman, and it has a plastic shield that covers the ice fishing hole. This black shield is designed to keep the snow out and hopefully keeps the hole from freezing up. Mark Spice from Houghton Lake demonstrates a tip-up we've never seen before.
Well, you just set it like a normal tip-up. When it takes off, it'll just go up, and when you reel it up, you can just stick your hook right in the cork, and it just folds right up into here. And everything's all inside, no lines get tangled up or nothing like that.
Okay, and the black is for what?
When the sun's shining like a day like today, supposedly it'll keep this hole thawed out and you won't have to come to keep on scraping the ice off of the hole.
A Mark's tip-up has the flag held down by a rotor that turns when the fish pulls line and rotates the spool. Very attractive style. Scott Bennard from Grand Rapids has a tip-up that he made himself.
Line comes out of their spool, goes in here so that it isn't exposed to the wind, right? So it doesn't freeze. I don't want it to freeze. I made it before and I had a problem with the line freezing up. So I put this PVC tubing in. It comes down to here, and then you just fish pulls, just sets the flag off.
Now, this is a pretty slick tip-up, especially considering Scott made it himself, modified other designs that he had seen, and solved the problem of line freeze-up with a plastic PVC pipe. Another unique design is the Windlass, with a metal blade on a movable shaft that catches the wind to jig the bait. It has cold weather problems, though.
They freeze up when it gets really, the wind's blowing hard and it's cold like this, but we have some added things we didn't bring today that we take a board like the bottom on that one, a black board, and put a piece of tube through it, and then we put the line through that first so it's over the hole, covers the hole, and it's black, so if it's sunny out it keeps the hole unfrozen and your line doesn't freeze up as bad. Then once it don't get caught, this one the hole will freeze up and the ice will freeze on here, and it'll stick. Eventually it'll freeze right to it and it won't move.
Freezing is the main problem with tip-ups. Here's a new design that works well in mild weather, but Matt Radzalowski found that the knot would catch on the ice that formed on the frame in extremely cold weather. The red flag is a good-looking design, though. Now we have a flag that's popped, and Steve Bebo from Houghton Lake takes off for it.
Let's see if we can get this one.
Is it turning?
Nope, it stopped. There it goes.
Get him?
Got him. Don't feel very big, but he got off right
He
then.
got off?
Right then, yep.
No kidding.
Darn it. I had him though.
Well, tip-ups aren't foolproof, but they are a fun way to catch fish because you don't have to hold a cold rod in your hand every minute. Scott Bennard saw a flag trip, and he's off and running.
What do you think?
What you're about to see is really odd. This pike zipped off most of the line, headed for the weeds, but for some reason stopped fighting.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah. Beauty.
Well done, and that was on a homemade job, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you said the other ones worked better.
Well, that pike, by all rights, should be flopping on the ice right now. That's what they usually do. But for some unexplained reason, it became extremely lethargic. It's a bummer when the camera is rolling. Well, tip-ups come in all styles. You can build a homemade one like this for just a few dollars. Then there's a new Pro Iceman with magnets. Now, we don't have a cost on that one. But we do have a cost on that classic Windlass. That's up in the $17 to $18 range. That's the high end of tip-ups. The red flag will cost about $6 when it comes back on the market next fall. And you can always find a variety of traditional wooden designs for $5 or so. If you know of any other practical tip-ups or plans to make them, let us know so we can include them on future shows. I always keep my eye out for old tip-ups at garage sales. I enjoy collecting them. Some people bring old ones by the museum. I think they're really neat, even though they're not worth a lot of money to fishing tackle collectors.